Aloha, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Jessica's channel. Today I'm going to talk about discipline, what it means, how it is to be applied in our lives, how to ask for it from God, and how to walk with discipline. So Proverbs 29:15 is to discipline a child produces wisdom. So what is discipline? Discipline is training, instruction, and correction that leads to spiritual growth and character development. So it's important to know that discipline produces wisdom. It teaches the child that there are consequences to every action. And we want to be wise in this life. We want to be corrected. We want to be sharp in our training and instruction. And we want to be strong spiritually because we know that this world can easily shift our minds and shift our perspectives and just put us in a place that is not heavenly, it's not beneficial, it's not holy, it's not where we want to be. So it's knowing that this discipline that comes from parents is really important. And I also see it in the way that this is also in the way that God is our Father and we are children of God, so He disciplines us and He corrects us because He loves us. And this allows us to really examine our family structure and where we grew up and really see that we can forgive our parents because they did the best that they could, and that when we are able to forgive, there is a huge burden lifted off of us and we're no longer the victims because we see that we chose those parents and we needed that discipline in that way and we learned a lot from it. It's about really changing your perspective and seeing the beautiful things that you learned from where you grew up, from your parents, because they did the best that they could, and because of that upbringing, you are the beautiful person that you are today, and you get to write your own story. You get to choose a new narrative. You get to go about it a different way. And sometimes people in our lives serve as an example of how not to do things. And that is a beautiful thing as well. It's a beautiful lesson because, as we know, either way, whether the experience is good or bad, good or bad, right? We always learn something beautiful. There's no binary. There's no good or bad. It's really about knowing that you got the perfect experience for you that you needed in that time. And because of this, it's about choosing to see it in that way, in that truth, because love is always coming towards us. This life is always giving us love so that we may grow and we may live and we may learn to really be our highest potential, be more godlike, and really grow in our virtues and be fruitful and prosperous, because that's what God wants for us. He wants the best for us. He wants us to reach that full potential. He wants to water us. He wants to see us flourish and to see us be abundant, and to know that we are abundant with God and His love, and that we can produce good fruit. And with discipline, it really is about accepting that discipline with so much love and grace, and giving yourself so much love and grace when you're going through a season of learning, a season that is maybe a little bit more tough, that is really growing you, that is where you're stuck in the mud, and there is going to be rain, of course, but you can't grow without rain. And rain means tears, it means emotions, it means feeling those feelings and then letting them go. And that energy is going to allow you to push past the mud and really touch the sun, feel the sun on your skin, and know that you're worthy of everything that God has ever wanted you to be, and that you have always ever wanted you to be, because God's love, God's blessing He has placed in your heart and in your mind for a reason. And that discipline is going to help get you there. This life, this journey, these obstacle courses, this adventure is going to lead you to exactly where you need to be, and it's always going to be glorious. Whether the experience is something that you want to experience again, or whether you don't, you realize that they're both beautiful, because without the experience that helped you grow, you wouldn't be the person that you are today. And actually those experiences taught you the most. Those experiences are the ones that you're going to take with you and that you're going to remember. That you're going to remember for forever, because they were great lessons. And sometimes the greatest lessons are the most impactful, and they can be the most shocking in the best way, because you're like, oh my gosh, I am going to remember that one hurt, and I'm going to remember that and not do that again. You learn from your mistakes. And it's knowing that you are a child of God. It's knowing that even if you make a mistake, you're not this bad person. You're not shameful or sinful or just, you can never be in God's presence again. No, that's the enemy speaking. That's your flesh. That's your ego. It's telling you falsities, and it's about you coming back to truth and to love, and know that this is a process. You came here to learn. God is going to correct you. He's going to discipline you. And then you get to move forward, and you get to be in his presence, and you get to learn from your mistakes. And it's okay, because God is going to continue to remind you and test you of the lessons. This universe is going to test you of the lessons. And it's about you deciding when you are ready to grow from that lesson, when you have learned enough, and when you are ready to graduate. So we are going to either evolve or repeat cycles. And discipline helps us to get firm and focused on what lessons we are done repeating and what new lessons we want to welcome in and we want to experience. So I hope that was helpful. Again, that was Proverbs 29:15. To discipline a child produces wisdom. I pray and wish wisdom upon you, and that you learn and grow, and that you come closer to God, and that you know you are a child of God, and that you are worthy of wisdom, and that discipline is a beautiful gift. I will see you next time. Bye.